5, 4, 3, 2. Happy New Year. So, whenever y'all tune in and listen to this, it might be New Year's. I'm not exactly sure if I'm gonna do another episode before Wednesday. Today is Monday, the 30th, 2019, and we heading into the new year. And like I say, if you're not familiar, this is your first time tuning in. My name is Curtis, DJ CodeRed or whatever, and this is Landale's Pod. Alright, so like I say, we gonna talk about a few different things today, and I kind of wrote it down. Usually I don't write it down. Like I just kind of I might write a little bit, but so I don't know. So to kind of keep track of what I want to say and what I want to talk about, and kind of key points, you know what I'm saying? Be a little bit more organized. We're gonna go with that. But hope everybody doing good. Woke up this morning early and stuff like that, about 6, and that's a personal goal of mine. Be trying to wake up early, even though it's like I ain't necessarily got to be waking up at 6 in the morning, 6:30 in the morning or whatever. But I just found that when I wake up, earlier in the day, I tend to have great days. Like when I wake up early in the morning, because it's like the first 4 hours of the day. Shit, by 10 o'clock, I done did just about everything I needed to do. Whether that's work out, motivate myself, meditate, eat a healthy breakfast, what I'm saying, exercise, whatever it may be. Whatever your daily routine is. So, I think going into 2020, that's most definitely something that, I'm going to be looking to incorporate and just, do my thing with that. So, without any further ado, I'm going to kind of just, get started on a few things. Like I say, I want to talk about, like, 2019 and just kind of a few things that I take away from that I feel like I learned this year. And like it ain't like I'm writing in a daily journal. I'm pretty sure I learned a lot more, but just this morning, what's on my mind as far as like what I've learned, like what I feel like something that is key that might can help you guys or you gals, or what I'm saying, like going forward and things of that nature. So I'm gonna talk about I'm gonna talk about that, and then it's this story that happened over the weekend. Something happened to me over the weekend. It was kind of funny, not funny, but it was just something. In life you have things that happen, and you kind of like, it makes you think, you know what I mean? So we'll talk a little bit about that. And outside of that, I went to church yesterday. That was crazy. I went to church. Like, I ain't been to church, and I can't tell you when the last time I've been to church, but I was invited to church, so I went to church. I enjoyed it. It was a cool little church, nothing too big, nothing too Hollywood, nothing like that. So, we was going to talk about being self-aware and stuff like that. So, without any further ado, I guess we'll get started. So, this is how I'm going to do this. The first, this weekend I was DJing, and, so I was DJing, and, so, every Whataburger owes me money. They should pay me. They should be sponsoring me or something. I go there so goddamn much. But, so I usually go to Whataburger after I finish DJing and things of that nature. So I'll stop by a Whataburger or something and grab me a bite to eat. Go to the house, kick up my feet, watch some anime or some shit like that, and then go to bed. I'm a nerd. Details are, whatever. But anyway, so on my way home, leaving the Waterburg, I ran across this lady, right? It was like I had to stop, like, to make the right to go to my place or whatever. And it had this lady out there, you know, just walking, you know. And I can see, like, because she walked, like, across the lights, my headlights. She walked, like, and had to walk across. She was crossing the street or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So I seen her. So I seen her shape, like, and all of that jazz. Like, so she was, you know, thick for sure. That's probably the first thing that'll come to mind. You're like, oh shit, she thick. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is nigga shit. So it's just like, you know, when you see somebody and they thick, and you know what I'm saying? And she had on some old glittery ass one piece, I think, or something like that. You know, like one of them onesie joints or something that the girls wear, where it's all connected, whatever. And you know, it was all glittery, dangly and shit. Like, so, you know, it was not that revealing, but you know, you can tell that most definitely she was showing off her shape. You know, but like I say, so, you know, from the gate, I'm like, damn, motherfucker fine, walking across the, you know what I'm saying? So I pull up, I'm pulling up, and as I'm about to make a right and get ready to, you know what I'm saying, like, make a right, she's like totally distraught. She's like, oh my God. She's like, can you just take me to Carrollton? I'm trying to get to Carrollton and or whatever, you know what I'm saying? She's like, she's trying to get to this part of town and do this and blah blah blah. She's trying to get back to her house. She was dealing with some dude, you know, so she's walking. She was like, I give you $50 and all of this. And I'm like, all right, cool. At first, like I was looking, because I'm debating. I'm like, I'm home. I'm already home. You know what I'm saying? Like, and she looked a little worried and stuff like that. And I'm just like, I'm basically already home. So I kind of tell her, I'm like, you know, I ain't in the business of really just going to Carrollton right now. You know, I done had a couple drinks and shit like that. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I done learned my lesson as far as that goes. So I'm not trying to drive that we in urban. I ain't trying to drive 25, 30 minutes to Carrollton somewhere or wherever and fuck around and get stopped by the police. Now I'm like, I'm trying to do a good deed, da-da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how life be happening sometimes. So I got to be a little smarter than that. So what I told her was, she was saying something about a bank. If you can take me by the bank, or one of her banks, or whatever. And she was like, you know, I got money. I just got to put the money on the card. Da-da-da-da-da, whoop. And I'm like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? I'll take you by the bank. And, you know what I'm saying, you can Uber from the bank to, you know what I'm saying, your apartment or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can do that. And I was like, cool deal. Bank, like, right around the way. So I took the lady to the bank and shit. But she was like, on my way taking her to the bank, she was telling me the story about how she met this dude. She was at the club or whatever. She went out, some African cat or whatever. You know, he was like selling a dream, I guess. Like, we're gonna go to the after hours. We're gonna turn up and da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, yeah, I'm trying to party. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, she's like, yeah, I'm gonna go to the after hour spot and stuff like that. And so she left with this guy. She left the club with this guy to go to the after hour spot. So the guy, like, stopped by his house, basically, which looked like it seemed like the area, like, cause I think she was walking from somewhere over where my apartments was. Like, I mean, I wasn't that close, so I don't know if it was my exact apartment. There's like multiple apartments over there. But she probably was coming from somewhere back here, I'm guessing. But she was like the guy, like, got out the car. He was like, yeah, I gotta go in the house for a minute. You know, if you can get out the car and you can come in for a minute or whatever. And she was like, like, she was like, I ain't having that. Like, so she basically was like on some, like, nah, I ain't coming to your house. I don't know who you think you is. I ain't no hoe. You ain't finna fuck me or try to do no goofy shit with me or whatever, which is respectable, commendable, most definitely. You know, you telling somebody what the fuck, you trying to, you know what I'm saying, keep it a buck. As the nigga, keep it a buck, bro. How you gonna try to swindle somebody to come to your motherfucking house? You know what I'm saying? Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. You a goof. Like, so she was like, nah. And so he basically, she was telling me he basically was on some shit like, well, you can walk home. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, damn. I'm like, for real? You know what I'm saying? Like, and she telling me this, like, I'm kind of might be telling it a little different. She was really like, fucked up on some shit. Like, you could tell she was scared. She was over there, like, crying and worried, like, what was gonna happen to her, or how she was gonna get home, or, you know, she was really upset with herself, you know what I'm saying, that she had trust this dude, basically, at the club or whatever, you know what I'm saying, and, you know, she got in the car with the nigga, and for him to handle her like this, you know, so he basically was like, shit, you can walk home or whatever, and that was a wrap. And so, you know, with that being said, you know, she told me that story. I was like, damn, he was on some shit like he gonna make you walk home. And she was like, yeah, you know, but she was like a hood chick from Houston on some shit, and she was like, yeah, man, you know, you ain't tell me no shit like that but once. You know how people live, you know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't gonna beg a motherfucker to, you know, so she was on that tip or whatever she was telling me. And, you know, so she was telling me that, you know, I pulled up to the bank and stuff like that. And, you know, we done got the Uber on the way or whatever. And, you know, she didn't, you know, like, you know, she gave me like $20 or some shit, you know what I'm saying? Which is, you know, cool. But, you know, like I say, the main point that I'm talking, that I want to say, it's like, I kind of wanted to just be on some, as far as like when it comes to us as men, and like, you know, when we dealing with these women, like, of course, yeah, it's a physical attraction first. Of course, we probably out there trying to get some ass, or we out there trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like, we out there, you know, trying to get laid, or meet a chick, or get a number, or whatever your vibe is when you know what I'm saying, you know. But like I say, on a more serious note, it just kind of, like, it was this book that I was listening to. It was this audio book. It was like this black male handbook kind of book. I forgot the exact title of it, but it's pretty cool. And, you know, in the book, like, you know, the guy was like, it was a story that was being told by this guy, and he was like, he raised his, like, he was in the class. He had a class full of women. He had a class full of men. And he was like, okay, men, raise your hand if this applies to you. He was like, he was like, he wrote on a board. He was like, what all do you guys have to do to protect yourselves daily from, like, getting abused, raped, taken advantage of, and shit like this? You know what I'm saying? Something along those lines. What things do you have to do to ensure your safety and stuff like that on the daily? And, you know, no hands went up, like, for the men. It's like, okay, thanks for your participation. Okay, women, same question. What all do you guys have to do on the daily basis, or, you know what I'm saying, throughout the course of the week, on the daily or whatever, to ensure your safety, you know, that you're not taken advantage of, that you're not, you know, raped, you know what I'm saying, abused, you know, and all of this kind of thing. And all hands went up. He was like, multiple hands went up in the class from the women. And, you know, it was just, you know, the women were like, you know, hey, I got a part when I'm out jogging, I take my dog with me. You know what I'm saying? She was, another woman might have said, when it's late, I try to park in a well-lit area, a well-lighted area. You know what I mean? Like, you know, what else? Like, I don't go, you know, I don't run the trail alone. You know, I don't do things after this hour, or when they're in the club, you know what I'm saying? They use the buddy system or whatever, or, you know, things of that nature. But basically, they had a lot of examples on why, you know what I'm saying? A lot of reasons and examples on why, you know, and what actions and what procedures or whatever, you know, they had to take, and what things they had to do to, you know, protect themselves, you know, from, like, being abused and taken advantage of and things of that nature. So that made me think, you know what I'm saying, being in that situation. And like I say, I was the dude too, so I did find it funny because she didn't know me and I was a stranger. So the lady was like, you know, she was like, yo, like, you know, can you take me? I'm like, so you just got in a car with a stranger and that nigga took you to, you know, his place and was on some like leave you there, whatever, anything could have happened to you. And you gonna trust another nigga like just like that? You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I was the next car that just stopped or whatever, but I would say she lucked up because I don't, you know, it was one of them situations. It's 2 a.m., 3 a.m. in the morning or whatever. You know what I'm saying? People are drunk. Dudes out looking for whatever they looking for. You know what I'm saying? And females out at this time. You know what I'm saying? Like, people looking to, you know, do they do or whatever. And, you know, she don't know who was pulling up in my car. I very well could have been another creep. You know what I'm saying? So it took her a lot of fucking courage, I think, to even get in the car, you know what I'm saying, with me and ask me that kind of shit. You know, hey, will you take me to Carrollton? Will you take me to this side of town or whatever? Will you know what I'm saying, being that I'm a man and a man had just handled her the way, you know what I'm saying, that he handled her. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, you know, it wasn't no like he physically beat her or abused her or nothing like that, but you know, it could have been bad. That could have been a story or something. You know what I'm saying? Like something like that could have been on the news. Like rather she got picked up by somebody else, got in the car with the wrong guy, or whatever. So, you know, I kind of want to direct this, you know, at the dudes, you know, but you know, and I told her that, and I was like, you know, I was just, you know, as a man, you wouldn't want that kind of stuff to happen to somebody you love, somebody you care about. You know what I'm saying? Think about your sister, your mama, your nieces, the girl that you fucking on and in love with or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You know, you wouldn't want that kind of thing to happen to your wife or you know, whatever the case. You wouldn't want that to happen to somebody you care about. You know what I'm saying? To get treated and handled in those kind of ways. So I just kind of wanted to share that with y'all. And, you know, just, you know, you want to try to treat people, you know, how you want to try to treat people the golden rule kind of thing. You want to treat people how you would like to be treated. You know what I'm saying? I would want somebody to do right by my sister, by my little sister, if it was one of those nights. And, you know what I'm saying? She needed all right, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it wasn't no disrespect when she got in my car. It wasn't like my hormones taking over and I'm like, man, damn, but you so fine. You sure you don't want to go to my house? Nah, it was no goofy shit. It was just like, I understood the situation and it was just like, yo, like, she you know, she really bothered and flustered by this shit on some shit, bro. Like, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? That happened, nigga. Like, you know, so that she in this situation. So, you know, you want to handle those situations, you know, with care and just, you know what I'm saying, be aware of shit like that and try not to be out here being a creep on those shit, fellas, most definitely. And that was fucked up or whatever. But she was, you know, she was real thankful, real, you know, sweet about it, you know, after it all. She was like, you know, I just really thank you, appreciate it or whatever, because she really couldn't even get her Uber. Like, her phone wouldn't like dial up the Uber or something, so I had to fuck around and order the Uber on my trip or whatever. But, you know, like I say, she just gave me the funds, really, which was about $20, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it really came out cheaper for her, being that she was just gonna give me whatever she was gonna give me had I drove her there myself personally. But I didn't want to deal with all that. But so yeah, that's that. Next thing I would say, I went to church Sunday, and in church, you know, the past, like it's good to hear, like things that is like, you might hear something, you know how you think something, but later on it's confirmed. You know, like you hear somebody say it and it's like, I've been knowing that this whole time, or I've been thinking that the whole time, and that confirms it. You know what I'm saying? When you hear certain things. So it was kind of one of those things in a way. You know, it's good to, you know, I feel like hear that kind of thing. You know, so I was in church, and one of the things that I guess I was just thinking about, it was like, you can't fault people for not knowing when you know. You know what I'm saying? The responsibility falls on you. Like you can't fault people for not knowing something when you know. It's like, you know, because you know you got a responsibility. You got I feel like you got the higher responsibility to uphold, or just, you know, do what's right or what's moral in whatever situation. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, I knew better. Like that last situation I'm just explaining, I knew better. I knew better to try, or, you know, try to handle that situation in any, you know what I'm saying? Like things of that nature. But, you know, the pastor was like, it was a cool day. It was a cool deal, you know what I'm saying, when I went to church. I ain't been to church in forever. But like I say, the pastor was talking about relationships or something like that. And he was talking about relationships, and he, like, one thing he said, he was basically like, you know, it's gonna be work to do in any relationship. Like if you want to get in a relationship, or you getting in a relationship or whatever, and you think it ain't finna be work that needs to be done, or shit that you know what I'm saying, need to work on, you know what I'm saying, like, it's gonna be work to do. He was like, in any relationship that you're trying to be in, that you're trying to be a part of. But another thing that he was saying, you know, that kind of just like, I've already known this, and I've thought of this for plenty of times now. You know, he was saying how it's just important to be self-aware of yourself, like basically to know yourself. And it's the reason really that I want to share with people, which it ain't coming to my mind right now. But but it's just like, but when you know yourself in a relationship, because I feel like that's so important, because so many people don't know, like, themselves in a relationship. But like, it's like, you getting in a relationship, like, how is this person gonna please you when you don't even know what pleases you? Or like, and it ain't so much about like, okay, this person is pleasing you. I just got this person to make me happy or whatever. I don't know. That's a, you know what I'm saying? That's a toss up in a way for me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't in the business of getting in a relationship because I'm like, oh my God, I get in this relationship, I'm about to be so happy. Like, I'm about to, like, she about to make me so happy, or, you know what I'm saying? I don't believe in that shit. That shit, like, goofy. Like, I'm already happy, bitch. I'm happy without you. Like, for real. Like, legit. I have my peace. I'm good. I'm straight. You feel me? So I just, you know, when it comes to a relationship, yeah, I want one, or, you know, yeah, it's cool, but, you know, it's about what you value. You know what I'm saying? You know, like, I feel like it would be cool to have a, you know, what's that word? Start with a C. Come something. Like, when y'all together, it ain't compliance. I don't know. Companionship. There we go, Curtis. Bring the big words out. But y'all know what the fuck that means. That ain't no big word like that. But anyway, like, I feel like it would be good to, like, have companionship and things of that nature. Like, you know, somebody around the house to laugh with. Things like that. And a couple other things too. But back to what I'm saying, you know, it's so many people out there that just, they don't, like, going all the way back, like I say, it's relationships, and I can speak from experience in this. You know, it's relationships, or, you know, situationships, or whatever the case that I've been involved in, you know, where it's like, I might be dealing with a person, and this ain't me trying to put people down. This ain't me like, but this is just my experience. A lot of sometimes, where I might be end up dealing with a person, and I know good and damn well I'm like this person, like let's say they think like, I don't know, this person might come into it and they feel like, you know, okay, they might think I'm like any other nigga. And I ain't difficult to deal with, I don't think, but it's just like, because I know myself and I'm so observant and I got like a certain, I guess, level of not self-experience or just, you know, experience at life. I don't know. It's like, it's certain things I know I've been told like a couple different times, like, you know, like, oh, you think you know everything, or you fucking, oh, you don't do no wrong, or some shit like that. And that shit to me is just like, that shit fucks with me, because it's just like, you know, I mean, I don't know everything, but I know my motherfucking self. I can tell you that. And to a person, I think like to a person who just don't know they self, or just, you know, not really self-aware and don't really kind of know what they want. They just kind of, you know, kind of there to kind of just be guided and swayed by, you know, oh yeah, like, yeah, go jump over that fence and da-da-da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what I always encourage people to do. And like, yeah, like for me, as far as the relationship go, like, as far as the relationship go, I wouldn't say I'm the nigga who just like, I don't really need my chick. I want my chick or whatever, whoever I'm dealing with for the most part, to have their own mind. I think it's just good for a person to have their own mind, like the way they think. You know what I'm saying? You know, because that works for you, and you got, and in turn, what you have to do is you have to take responsibility for that, because you know better. You know what I'm saying? When you know better, like, so if you stay too long in a relationship, or you put up with this and that and the third or whatever, you knew, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't point the finger and be like, you did this and da-da-da-da-da. You got to take full responsibility. You got to take responsibility. And I think that's the best, being accountable for your actions and the things that you do and say and all of this shit. Like, when it comes to a lot of this shit, like, you got to be accountable out here. You got to be responsible. And, you know, like I said, like the pastor was talking about, he wasn't talking about all that, but, you know, he just said a couple things, you know, along those lines, like, you know, and I think that's really, really true, you know, because I come across a lot of folks where, you know, they might not know themselves. So when you don't know yourself, you kind of just in the business of taking and accepting whatever presents itself in front of you. You know what I mean? And when you know yourself, like I say, you know what works for you. You know what don't work for you. You know what you ain't finna put up with. You know what's not gonna make you happy in the long run. You know, it's some traits and characteristics that people might come with, bring into your life. And, you know, me personally, like I say, I can see shit like that because I've experienced a lot of shit. So with that being said, you know, if I'm in a relationship with somebody, or, you know, you in a relationship with somebody and you know yourself, and they bring in let's say they bring in a couple toxic traits or characteristics to the, you know, just unhealthy habits that's not, you know, really, I'm gonna say this. Let's say I'm in a relationship with a chick. Let's say she's a bartender. We're gonna do it that way. All right. Let's say she's a waitress or she's a bartender or something of the sort. I know myself, okay? So in like let's say I'm jealous, right? Let's say I'm this jealous type boyfriend or whatever. So we link up, we hook up, you know, shit move fast, and next thing you know, boom, I meet her, you know what I'm saying? I know she was a bartender or a waitress or a dancer, whatever the fuck she is. Something in that field. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, it all happened real fast. Next thing you know, we hooked up. But I'm the jealous type. But I'm negating that. I ain't really thinking about that like that. I just know I want the motherfucker, and we just end up hooking up on some shit. Like, so we in it. So I want her to just, be at work. When you at work, when you a waitress, when you a bartender, when you a fucking dancer or anything like that, bro, those are flirtatious jobs. Like, you gotta be like, if you just gonna be a bitch behind the bar, like, motherfuckers ain't gonna tip you. Motherfuckers, bitch, you about to live off this $3 an hour. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be social. You gotta be interactive. It's a way that you can go about. I feel like it's a way that people can draw the line. But most of those girls, and most of those guys or whatever, they probably gonna be somewhat flirtatious, somewhat nice. They gonna mingle and have to talk and associate with the opposite sex and all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's basically like they customer service, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, I go see my good, oh hey baby. I be hearing waitresses and all that shit, they always want to call a nigga baby and shit. Bitch, I ain't your baby, I don't know you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they always, oh baby, hey baby, bitch, you don't know me. Like, you want to dance, babe, or whatever. I guess, when you go to the strip club, I don't really deal with strip clubs like that. I don't really fool with strippers like that. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, for sure. Like, it's a level of, you get it. It's a level of hospitality and customer service that, like, you gotta interact with, you know what I'm saying, the opposite sex and all of that. So if I'm a jealous ass dude, and this is my chick on some shit, I'ma blow a fuse, right? I'ma blow a fuse. Like let's say I wanna, so this unhealthy habit of me being in a relationship with a person like that, knowing that I'm jealous, or just like not, just being jealous, is that I don't want her to talk to nobody, no dude. So I'll be like, oh, every story that she come home with, tell me I'm gonna be on some, it was a dude. No, baby, it was a girl who was tipping us all night. No, it was a girl. No, it was a dyke girl, or it was a lesbian, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Was she gonna have to tell me that all the time? Come home and now she lying to me. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Because I know that's the furthest thing from the truth. It was like, niggas all up in your face all night. Yeah, probably so. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm a jealous type, and that's gonna breed, and if that woman know herself, that person know herself, she gonna realize real quick, like, I can't be in this profession and deal with this nigga, because this nigga right here, like, he can't handle this. You know what I'm saying? He can't handle me being, you know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of times, just, that what happen. I feel like that's what happens to me sometimes. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times. I might end up chopping it over the chick. Chick might be cool or something. First thing first. Oh, you a DJ, you get a lot of pussy on. Oh, you out, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You do this, you do that. Oh man, you know what I'm saying? It's always, girl came up to the DJ booth, requested a song. I can remember a point in time, man, me being up there. I'm talking about, it ain't even matter. Like, I'm just like, girl come ask for a song. Girl come ask for a business card. Girl come ask for, you know what I'm saying? Shit. Girl come give me $1. Well, it don't matter. Like, you see a girl up there, motherfuckers think I was just like up there running game, Now, I do my fair share, but goddamn, like, this shit was just crazy. You know what I'm saying? But, I say all that to say, it's just, like I say, the importance of knowing yourself, and, like I say, you're able to kind of guard and defend, because you know better. Like, you know what's gonna work for you. You know what's not gonna work for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's, and like, when it comes to relationships, I feel like that shit is like one of the most important like factors of being in a relationship. Like, you know what I'm saying? Other than that, you really gonna go through a lot of shit, and you just gonna be like, well, damn, bitch, I ain't know you ain't like that. Damn, nigga, I ain't know you was, get so pissed off when I you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't too into, like, if a chick having a best friend as a dude, and he's straight. I mean, my guess is y'all probably fucked. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if I can just really trust that shit like that. So I ain't really, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna say that's a deal breaker, but, I know me. You know what I'm saying? I know me, because I know me. I know that if I ain't got to deal with that, I'm gonna bypass on it. I'm gonna be like, oh, nah, I'm straight. You know what I'm saying? There's just few things, you know what I'm saying? You know how to weed out and filter, and thus, in turn, it's a gift and a curse in a way, because you save yourself some drama and shit, I feel like, when you know yourself in relationships. But at the same time, when you do know yourself, all these motherfuckers be linking up and getting together, and your ass be sitting over here single, because when you filter out and you understand, what works, what don't work for you and stuff like that, when you know yourself, it's like it just makes it more difficult to find kind of what you're looking for, you know what I'm saying, in a world full of just like people who just kind of just existing a lot of the times. You know what I mean? So that's what I'll say about that. Going into 2020, I'm gonna just say, like I say, I woke up this morning, I was feeling good, things of that nature. So takeaways from 2019. What I would say, I guess, it's things that happen in your life that it's like when it hit, it's like it's euphoric. It's like it hits and it's like, damn, like, man, I get it now. I really, really get it. Like, I got it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit stuck with me now. You feel me? So, a year ago or so, I think the lesson that I learned, like I say, one of the most important lessons that I learned was like, at the root of everything, you want to try to move the right way, and you want to do right by just people and just situations and in general. You know what I mean? Like, you want to try to do that as best you can, I feel like. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I got a speeding ticket. Why the fuck you was speeding? Oh man, I wasn't really speeding. I was just 5 over. I was 7 over the line. The nigga just needed to make a quota. I don't know, nigga. You're speeding because you really woke up late. You know what I'm saying? That's another reason. So, at the core of that situation, don't wake up late. Don't be late. Try to be on time next time. Or you're speeding because shit, you had a heavy ass foot. You was drinking. Okay, so you don't need to drink and drive. Or you don't need to, you know what I'm saying? Like, alcohol is at the core of that situation. So, you got to look at the core of your situations and shit. So, like, I think, like, going into 2020, I think, like, 2019, like I say, this is just something that, from my recent experience, most definitely, my recent experiences, just observing things, people, myself, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, you come up with stuff. And for me, I would say life keeps progressing. Like, we getting older. Like, I'm 31. Damn, I got a birthday coming up in February. That's crazy. Fuck. Anyway, so like I say, life keeps progressing. It don't stop. You know what I mean? Like, just look at technology, like, and like, just looking at technology and just, everybody, I'm pretty sure we know a person that just want to get that one job and just stay there for the rest of their life, or, because that was the way we were raised. I feel like that's what we were taught. We were taught to like just like growing up. We were taught to just be like, yo, I'm gonna go to high school, get my diploma, go to college, get out of college, get that job, and work that job for 20, 30, 40, 50 years, and retire and don't do nothing else. Now, that works perfect for the nigga who created the nigga who created Lowe's. You know what I'm saying? The nigga who created a Best Buy, the nigga who created these businesses and shit like that. That works, or these high-end businesses, whatever, you're gonna be the CEO of this company, or you're gonna be the manager of this company, or you went to school for this, and you're gonna be this person within somebody's company. It's like, that was all geared to, like, train us to do, like, kind of how they say that saying that's out there, you slaving away or working for somebody else's dream or some shit like that. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? So, like I said, that's kind of what we were kind of taught to do. It was like, it's just slaves, really, on some shit. You know what I'm saying? When you just analyze it and look at it, it's like, shit, man, I'm gonna go to school. I'm gonna go to high school. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna graduate, get that, get another piece of paper when I go to college, and go work for somebody and make them more money and be a good worker and hopefully get a retirement check. That's, you know what I'm saying? That's that. Some of these jobs pay decent ass salaries. Some of these, whatever. That's in the details. But what I'm saying is, like, we all know people that got that mindset, most definitely. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I don't really so much look at retirement as a thing. I don't really give a fuck. Like, I just feel like whatever, like, the way the world is going, and I've had this thought for a long ass time. Like, rather I be coaching have a coaching job or a life coach or whatever the fuck I be doing, but it's gonna be something geared along. I'm gonna be making some money way when I'm fucking 80 years old. I'm still gonna be making money. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck I gotta sit down for? You know what I'm saying? So, but like I said, we'll talk about that later another time too. But we all know a person like that just like, and I've met people like that, you know what I'm saying, where it's just like they just, that's what they own. They own some, like, I just want to stay here for the rest of my life as long as I can. And, I don't want to, take action. I don't want to try to make any moves. I don't want to, and what I realized, I think what I'm really, really accepting and realized here lately is like, like I say, because what's not growing, something that's not growing is dead. That's what they say. You know what I mean? So you always got to be trying to learn more. You always got to, it's always good. Because, like, and I look at it nowadays as far as, like, with technology is concerned and stuff like that. Like, where technology is concerned, like, a lot of our parents probably, they just gonna kind of be whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, 20 years from now, 10 years from now, this shit probably going fast, because I don't follow technology and science that much and shit like that. But I do a little. And, so I'm kind of in the know, but, what I'm saying, not really. But I can just, it's my, I think my keen intuition or whatever I would say. Like, bro, just look at where life is with the technology and shit. It's like, these days, like, you went to college, if y'all somebody who listening to my voice right now, and y'all done went to college and got that paper and all of that, how did that shit work out? Like, was it like they said? You know what I'm saying? For all four, in some cases, life is crazy. You can do all of that college shit and be an introvert like a motherfucker and don't really meet nobody and fucking around and be the smartest nigga in the room and don't know the right person and never get that job that you on paper qualify for or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And then the person who just was a duck ass, but a social butterfly or whatever, you know what I'm saying? He knows and meet the right people, you know, said the right things, made friends with the right people and stuff like that, and they get the job. You know what I mean? Like, my first job came by way of, like, me knowing somebody. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't so much because I just put in and I was like, oh yeah, they're going to hire me. We all look the same on a fucking piece of paper. What have you done lately? You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Like, somebody vouched for me and I was like, yo, word, bet. Cool, got the job. Yeah, I know this guy. He's cool. All right, cool. You're a good worker. So, boom. So, like I say, like, with all the technology, like I was gonna say, it's damn near like this right here, like what I would say this is, you know, and I got a couple friends, whatever, relatives, whatever, you know what I'm saying? You know, some people might, oh man, why you do that? You know, because I ain't necessarily really just making no money from doing the podcast and shit like that. So it's like, you know, some people might be like, damn man, blah blah blah, you doing all of this, you. Like, I like doing this shit. I enjoy it. You know what I mean? But like I say, DJ mixes, people are like, why you don't sell your DJ mix? You can sell your DJ. Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like everything that I've done online up until this point, it served as an online resume. And I feel like that's where the future is headed in a way. You know what I'm saying? Like, just think of all the YouTubers, think of all the fucking, you know what I'm saying, content creators, people who on the internet, you know, doing, whether it be graphic designs, coding, fucking content creating, or, you know, doing apps, developing apps, you know, photos, just all of this internet shit, bro. Like, you literally pick up your phone every fucking day and look at a fucking screen. We use the internet every fucking day, my G. Every day for the last how many years? So, you know, to be that one person sitting around, you feel me? Talking about, oh, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to put my, you know, I remember old age shit, like, you know, back in the day, I don't want to put my information in here. What I gotta put my information in here for? Like, you just so motherfucking special. Like, you just, you know, that's the old way of thinking and shit. Like, this, like I used to think like that too, though. I ain't gonna lie, I used to think like that probably because I heard it from my mama, said from my mama, what they need all my information for? Damn, who the fuck you is? You trying to assassinate the president or something? You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like, whatever, like, at the end of the day, I feel like whatever's gonna be done about whatever is gonna happen, like, your little ass sitting over here in your cubby hole trying to hold on to all your 1999, 1998, 1980s, and, you know what I'm saying, early 2000 way of doing things. You know what I'm saying? Bro, you got to get with the times. I encourage y'all to get with the times. You know, it's so much shit out there, whether it be, you know, extra ways to make money online. And I think we just really need to kind of sit down. I think we each individually need to just kind of sit down and, you know, evaluate and just kind of analyze, like, okay, how can I be a part of this? The coming phase, like the coming age. You know what I'm saying? Like, with all of this technology and shit, how can I get up in this motherfucker and get a piece, make some extra money, or, you know, content create, or, you know, write a book or a blog or online or audio or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, to me, this is one of my ways, you know what I'm saying? Of course, you know, DJing and things of that nature, most definitely uploading, you know, but, and I'll be constantly learning, you know what I'm saying? Going into next year and, you know, the coming years. And I just feel like if you're listening to me now, I appreciate it. I most definitely appreciate you tuning in and listening. I think it'll serve. I think it'll serve a lot of people well just to, kind of jump in and hop in somewhere, online, internet, something. You know what I'm saying? As a means to, you might be a funny motherfucker. You might be good at giving advice. You might have a knack for coding, learn a new skill. You know what I'm saying? You might be a decent graphic artist or some shit like that. I'm thinking about picking that up. I DJ, that go hand in hand. You know what I'm saying? Making my own graphic design and all this, all my flyers and all that shit. I ain't gotta outsource my work and pay nobody. I can do it myself. And do it for other people. You know what I'm saying? And make money. And make that a legit. You know what I'm saying? So, you gotta think of that kind of thing. Like, because like I say, you sitting around and just, like, I'm just gonna hold on to everything that I know. And I ain't gonna put no effort and no work into, like, you gotta, everything gonna grow, everything gonna move forward. Everything getting digitalized or whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? So, it's crazy. And so, be more tech savvy. I know niggas who, niggas ain't got no laptop in their house. And that ain't a knock on nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know niggas who, like, there's a lot of people who computer illiterate out there. You know what I'm saying? Your kid ain't gonna be computer illiterate when he born into, 2020, 2021 and going forward. You know what I'm saying? Like, that motherfucker gonna be with the times. Like, and you can learn it from your kid, but I mean, hey, that's just my take on it. So, with that, man, I wish y'all a good happy new year, good holidays, all that jazz. Whatever it is that you're trying to do and try to accomplish, going forward in the new year. I know it's the 30th and the 1st right there. Start now, you know what I mean? Like, you ain't, and that's going forward. You ain't gotta necessarily, wait till a whole year or whatever. Like, oh yeah, come up with these New Year resolutions. You gotta do your thing. If you see it's something that can benefit your life and help you progress and move forward, jump out there and give that shit a chance. Give that shit a try. From me, my encouraging words, I'll say some encouraging words. Try that shit, man. Like, and that, and I put that kind of energy out there because I most definitely want to hear that kind of energy too, in return. You know what I mean? So whatever it is that you've been fearing or you've been worried about, oh man, I don't know, you've been doubting yourself on it, not so confident on it. If it's something positive, if it's something good that can, like, only really kind of just be good, you know what I mean? For you and the people around you and things of that nature, man, jump out there and do that shit. Like, we gotta, jump out there, put your best foot forward, and you just gonna learn from the experiences, and you only gonna get better. You know what I mean? That's what that's about. So, if you're tuning in, you listening, man, I fuck with you. I love you. All of that kind of shit, man. So, I'm about to finish drinking my water. I woke up early this morning. I ate some berries and some oats and shit. That's that glitch. Y'all don't know nothing about that, man. So I'm most definitely gonna try to have me a healthy ass 2020, and take more action and be more persistent and things of that nature. So, man, I'm about to go get my hoop on. Got a hoop session. So, gotta stay healthy on a beach. Moving, grooving on my shit. I've been on that Larry June lately. That nigga funny, boy. But anyway, man, y'all take it easy, man. I holla at y'all. Happy New Year. Thank y'all for tuning in. Peace out. That's my time.